right, hey, it's Monday. I'm here, you're here. I've got a little bit of time that I can squeeze in. Let's do a quick update on how things are going. Take Eagle 1 to the Iron Mine. Wait, that's just an ongoing task. I don't know if that'll ever be done. Finish the house area. All right, let's go check that one out, see where we are. Um, so we're down here in the what are we calling this place? The work trailer. I mean, turn these signals down a little too much. Yeah, we're down here in the work trailer. This gives us power, sleep. Um, it doesn't give us medical. We have a storage compartment that lets us drop in an extra tank. So, we do have that going for us. But we'll use this emergency tank to go refill the others. So here's the progress we've made on the lines going in and out to storage. So this green line is the green good for everybody. Um, this is the stone, gravel, scrap. No, not gravel. It's stone. It's ore. Stone, ore, and scrap going into the refinery. And this is our line out to the storage area. We've got one container finished, or one almost finished. Yeah, our problem is we got to go find some cobalt again. So this guy is ready to go. This one, what does she need? Well, metal grids is the big one. Make sure nothing's in queue. Nope, she was in queue. So we might be able to finish that. We have this little small one here. This was my, I think this was the big thing that really sped stuff up. Because if you look, almost all of this was ice. So we just right-clicked through all this. Just cleared out the cave, right-clicked our way through. The problem was, good or bad, we started to get stone here. Which, I mean, obviously we desperately need it. But it's a long trip back to keep running it. So that made this a priority. So we got this small access container here. It is a way to drop stone off, but it doesn't let us get anything back. We won't be able to pull back until we finish the green line and this container down here. So, I mean, for good or bad, we started doing all of our digging then. And, we got stone going to the refinery. So, I mean, that's a good thing. And we can continue digging from down here. So I went with this sort of approach. Support beams going across, so no matter how far down we dig, we still have that look. And then on the back side of the support beams, the concrete platform. So it's suspended by the beams. My thinking being, we'll keep going back more. We'll run a support beam at some point. I mean, again, here's the problem with the number of... Oh, look at that. Let's get that puppy out of there. Here's the problem with the number of containers that are here. How many do we need? Well, small base, one person. Yeah, can't really guarantee that. So I'm planning on at least two in the ores, because that'll allow us once we can get a drone going. Or if we get a drill bit going, it's going to need a place to empty out into with a piston. We don't have pistons. We've got hinges and rotors. That's what lets the solar panels work. By the way, it's after 12 o'clock. Let's make sure they're still turned on, because they seem to get shut off every day by some script cleanup process. Solar. Mount Ruber Solar 1. Where are they? Here they are. This one's on, controller's on. The hinge, yeah, turn the rotor on first. See, that whips around. And then we turn this on. To cut down on our clang. Okay. So, yeah, this is what's going to continue happening. We're just going to keep digging this out. I think at some point we might wind up using this area down there for the O2H2 generation and the hydrogen and oxygen tanks, because I mean they need access to the green line, so like that's a given, but they're also going to pull ore out of the the khaki dirt colored ore container line. No, the green line will throw ice because the green line is going to throw into this. So we're going to have a sorter on this back end, my thought that I just thought of just now. We're going to have a sorter coming out of here, and it's going to have a line going here that's going to throw anything into this that's supposed to be in there, which is ore, scrap, stone. Yeah. And then any ice, we'll shunt it over to an ice container, which we could put, again, if we put up here, then, you know, it keeps this side storage and that side ice and gases. Because although we can throw ice into an ice container, we have to make sure that the gas side of it on the tanks does not have any sorter on it at all, because there is no gas sorter in the game. And once we try and put a sorter in it, it messes us up. So we definitely want to make sure that any ice gets thrown back here, and then from here we'll push it into, well, that may be a loop in of itself. If we push the ice into the O2H2 storage here, and then the other side of it is an O2H2 generator, okay, then the other side of that is an oxygen and hydrogen tanks, but the other side of that is the green line. Yeah. That's a toughie because we can't put any filter on the other side of the O2H2 system. Yeah, because you're going to have a tank, a sorter saying suck all light, push ice in. Just don't have it push. We'll take some food and water there before you kill us. Let's get these tanks refilled before we die down here in this pit. Well, anyway, we still got a lot of stuff to do down here, including a lot of, I mean, every one of these is 6 motors. You know, so that's 600 motors. I mean, it's a crazy amount. But that does get us upstairs. Oh, yeah. So after doing some work, to use a Harry Potter phrase, I splinched the base. So we had to grind all this down because it was just quicker. It was quicker to just grind down empty blocks for placeholders. And like right now, all these placeholders could be cut out because this line takes us back. It would be crazy to do it because, you know, if something happens, we got to merge block stuff back together. So, but what I did not want to do was lose this again with a mistake, so I put in this girder that connects us up to the base. Interesting that that's not finished. Also, the other thing that got messed up was the staircase, because the staircase was crisscrossing itself repeatedly, and it was slowing me down, running back and forth, and it didn't look right. So I made a little bit of a design change. So now we're up the stairs, make a right, make a right, make a right, and now we're up the stairs, make a right, and we're up here in the main portion of the base. But back down here to cover what we've done. You see this came directly into this area? Yeah, so this is the mine and storage. There's the door going out to the control room and berthing. Here's the door going up to the factory. I eliminated this stuff on the other side. It just didn't feel right. It felt like we were forcing the issue. Excuse me. And it made, like, this was not, you know, here's the door to the control room. But there's berthing. Like, it wasn't, I mean, I could still take it out. I just added extra blocks to close it off. If in using it we feel that it's, we need it back, But the only thing that separated these two sides was a locker here, and I put in a bank of lockers for storage. Um, I mean, all we'd have to do is to put it back is put the locker back on here, take out 2 or 3 blocks, and then, a single step on that side that connects in. I mean, if you have an opinion on it, post it in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts, but I think this just was a little cleaner because, again, what I solved was, you're going up the stairs down here, you're on the railing, you make a right, you're here, and there was this weird, do you want to go to the left or right, but both of them bring you up to here. And it was a little overkill. Did we put a sensor down here? I thought I did, but I guess when I took the wall down, I lost the sensor. Let's see, what are the changes? Oh, so here's the sorter coming down back into the base. So that's what's grabbing, because our goal is to have a wall of sorters across here that go up and down to the base. This is the green line. Once we get disconnected. Now, when this is connected, we'll be able to either keep or eliminate this cargo container. Not sure which. We'll have to make that decision when we get to it. But the beauty of this gives you storage from, here in the control room. So I guess it's not a bad thing to keep it. But, I did. Maybe you should paint it the correct color. Good point. While we're talking. But these, as the green line, are giving us, access to. It's funny, you painted that by accident, but that's the correct color. Yeah, because that goes out to Eagle 1's landing pad. Okay, have we done anything else inside here? So, I mean, mostly it's been a lot of mining over the last couple of streams. So for those who joined in, we got the batteries down here. So done. Moved the batteries downstairs. We moved them down and we added a third. We finished the hangar doors. That's done. So 2 doors here. This one goes into the hab space and the stairs down to the second floor of berthing. We're going to put housing. We'll move the kitchen in here. I thought about moving the kitchen right now just to get it down here off of the space upstairs. I think we should do that right away because, again, we want the factory floor cleaned up. I mean, we have a space to put it. Just know that it'll move later when we finish up an actual real area. This one was not on the map. I added it at the last minute. Here's our medical room. It turned out to be a good match. So you don't have the paint gun tool. How are you going to paint those? That is a good point. How am I going to paint those? What's in these? Just one interior plate. So we could take these out and paint those too. What's in this one? She's waiting for it. So these are empty. They're so we don't forget to paint that pipe. All right, no, this is just an interior wall. That's the showers. Oh, showers in the bathroom is part of medical. Yeah. And then this is the rover's access. So we're color coded on greens. And we have a container for out there, which is mostly where we're going to dump all the output from the assembler. But it's also going to have other stuff in it. So we got that part going. Control seat. We haven't set anything up in it yet. We haven't put any LCDs down. No power displays or anything, especially inventory. We're going to start tracking that, especially across all these containers we're putting out there. Grab some interior plate real quick. Do we have any? Interior plate. Now, see if you can make a few real quick. It's already there. We're not. Yeah, we're missing iron and aluminum. We are. We are definitely short supplies. So yeah, we got to rebuild medical now, obviously. But that's what we'll put in as the. We don't have the medical room because we haven't found one yet. If we could find one or learn the blueprint somewhere, we'd put that in here. But lack of that, we'll just use the 2 beds and the medical panel in between. It's a small medical space. All right, upstairs to the factory. Let's see what we managed to do up here. What time of day is it outside? It is nighttime. Okay, so there's the spider roll. Let's top off our power. 95, 100. Okay, and then let's refill these bottles that we're carrying. Yeah, I mean, since we've got Eagle 1, we haven't really taken the flyer out anywhere. I mean, that's just the natural progression and stuff. We have to put this one back in the cabinet downstairs. All right, so this is still looking nice. I mean, it's turned out pretty fun. What do we got over here? The start of a sensor once we can make them. Here's the outside view of the greenhouse, in case you missed the last couple streams. The greenhouse is in place, but she's not finished. So, as we get more stone, or if we can find a silicon deposit, get more glass made, tempered glass, we'll get that finished. But yeah, there's no sensors on these doors or anything. However, our threat level's high enough that we could get some random encounters that might walk in the door and kill us, so we got to be careful there. I was able to move this panel over using the well pads. Try as I might, I could not get the thing to lay on the bottom and stop rocking. It just kept moving for whatever reason. So, clang be damned, I put the weld pad on the back wall and then took the one off the floor and put it up here, and then boof, moved the panel over. And cool thing, she kept all her settings. So, let's see. The refinery is on, and now it's off. We still have full control from the panels. So that's kind of cool. This thing is... Do we have the parts to make one of these? Yeah. Oh no, we don't have interior plate. So we don't. I couldn't make the... as much as possible, I want these to all be visible so that we can see them. As soon as we get the green line connected, now this comes into here and goes to this conveyor junction, which goes into here. This connector, this, and the original spider roll survival kit, we can't delete yet. We have one on Eagle 1 outside, so technically we have one, but the odds of that one breaking while we're flying around are pretty steep. So, don't want to take that chance. Why did this thing even move in the middle of the night? Now we gotta get some lights on. Oh, strong unknown signal. How far? $70 kilometers. Okay, so let's do some quick ciphering here. Eagle 1 can do 60 the way she is. So that means we could do 3 per minute, 3.6. So that's 7 every 2 minutes. So 7 times 7, 49. Can't make it. Algebra. All right. Our bad. So yeah, Eagle 1 is fully repaired yet again after her 3rd crash. We went from landing pads to the more unusual maglock. but they are set up so that they're the same height as this, but they're same controls. We just switched from the, but they dropped, they didn't have to, did I drop them down one? No, I didn't have to drop them down one because they're slightly bigger. So we achieve the effect of not dragging our ass on the ground every time we go to park. This is still not finished. Make sure it's turned off because we don't want to repair it and turn it on. And then it burns a hole in the deck. And we don't even have 20 motors. Yeah, let alone 600 per line down there that we're trying to build. Yeah, patrol 3. Oh, we got them all. Oh, no, we have them. Just lack of inventory space. Yeah, so that was the last one. But again, it's all beat up. And for those of you who missed the last repair, so we switched port and starboard sides for these things just to give us a little more walking around room. Why is that one wall there? Well, we must have seen something from underneath and put it there to block it. That is weird. I think maybe we meant for it to be up there. Yeah, it's not attached to anything. Like I said, we probably wanted it up there. That gave us scrap. Yeah, there's always that chance you get a part. So we got our gyro bank. We can refill hydrogen bottles here. The assembler, we can access the panel. Most importantly, it's not crammed in somewhere. Medical panel. Oh, let's heal up while we're sitting here waiting. Okay, what else we got? Oh, yeah. Has your microphone been muted this whole time like an idiot? Well, audio might have picked it up. You are sometimes a goober. Yeah, I'll have to make a note of that. I have to listen back to the playback and see if there's the refinery. She's still doing good. So yeah, everything's good here. Also, while doing the repairs, we tightened up this sensor. So if you're walking underneath doing repairs, it doesn't open the doors. Which again, just, amateur stuff. Also, and quite cool, we got a beam now going across. So not only did raising the room help us here, but it gave us a support beam. So that's cool. And as always, this door does not open to go out. You have to do it yourself, so that we don't have any in-flight accidents. What are you carrying on you? That's scrapped and that extra tank. Oh yeah, let's go drop that off. Oh, this thing. Let me drop the tank off and I'll come back. So as part of running these lines down, you notice now we're all making left turns to go down. I know. That's the reason I rewired everything. Let's drop this bottle down here. This is our emergency bottle. Just drop off one. Okay. So with the assembler, we need some space. So, I mean, our options are move the thing. Not cool. We can do better. But watch this. Let's shut the assembler off. Make sure it's off. Nope, she's on. We turned her. She was off. Okay, we need a space. To get her So this is the line coming out of the refinery going back to storage. She'll come out here, make a turn, hook up here and head out. Okay, and then we have a line that'll come into the assembler. She'll be here. Because unfortunately, there's no bottom connector on the assemblers. And we can't even make the big assembler yet, but I went and checked that out just to make sure. There isn't. There is on the refinery if you don't use the cool industrial refinery, which is really the trade-off from all of the industrial assembler refinery and stuff. You've gotten a much better graphically looking device, but for most of the case, you lose a port. Like you could still have the bottom port. They just take it away. So we need to move this over. So first thing we want to make sure of is it's empty. Mount Ruler assembler. Oh, grab that. Gonna need that later. Is this a new one we found? No, we've had that one sitting in there. Okay, so to move this over, we're going to need to take this, tilt it down, put a weld plate on it, and then flip it back over. However, I don't know if we're going to be able to pick it up. So, detached. Let's move it. Can we tilt it over? Yes, we can. Okay, so let's get a weld pad on the bottom of this thing. Number 7. Okay, we need construction comps. We got those. Steel plate and a computer. Okay, now here's our floor pad. That is 2 over. Out of the refinery, in from here. Okay, so when we bring this over, we have to flip it, so let's not grab it from that edge. All right. It's not letting us lift. Can we flip it this way? So it does not appear to be tilting. Well, she is tilting a little bit. Let's try it again. No, don't grab it from the middle. Yeah, you want to grab it from here. Oh, come on. Should have just left it where it was. I mean, we could put it on here sideways. What does it take to rebuild this thing? You could try and rebuild it, but it's supposed to go here. So, yeah, we just need to freaking thing. Come on, you let us tilt you over the other way. See, she's just sliding. Damn it. So here goes my demonstration for how to lift large objects. As you can see, it's going quite well. Come on, you're tilting. Keep going. Keep going. Oh, you know what? Give us a ramp. Push this thing back. I love how it flew across it. Give us a ramp here. Grab a steel plate. put down a this. All right. So let's pull this thing across here and up this. There we go. Let it fall. Look at that. She's just slightly off the pad. That's the side we want to be on. As you can see, going close, perfect. Just get on there, and boom. Look at that. She's back on the ground. All right, now we've got, so in the meantime, we have a completely disconnected assembler now. Yeah, so let's get that repiped back up. You're going to be moving ore by hand now. Did she get a new production queue? Nope, she kept her old queue. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff we're waiting for here. All right, so whenever we get the chance, we'll move over a bunch of iron, nickel, and such. Yeah, this is inside small steel tubes. They're both done. Yep, we don't have them. That's what we call planning. But on the plus side, we have some aluminum, man. We just don't have enough. You're going to have to get back into mine. Okay, base itself. So here's the greenhouse. We got a door, which we're probably just going to keep set to close at all times. Here's the pieces we're needing. We're food production. Now the question is, should we put the kitchen here? Nah. Put the kitchen down in the kitchen area. But yeah, we need to get this set to just an auto close. So here's our 3 air vents. One into the greenhouse, one depressurizing the planet to give us air for here, and this one feeding the factory area up here. None of which will happen because we're not done. But so this wall is done. Just to show where we're at here. It's not finished. It's not been painted. It's not perfect, but you know, it's a wall. Okay. This wall, those are pipes, and we haven't finished those yet. So we need parts to do that. This wall is finished. Well, done. I mean, maybe we should define that, you know, done versus fancy. But you can walk around the whole base at catwalk level 1, and then you can go up further to the top of the factory building here, and you can get to the refinery with cargo access. So, yeah, so we have the beams, we have the windows, we need a lot of silicon, or we need a lot of stone. And guess what? We have a job that's going to give us a lot of stone. It's called storage. So we have that to work on. And once that's done, yeah, once we have enough parts to make the medical components, we'll take this out because we have the one downstairs. You still have those interior plates? Grab those just so we can get that. Again, I like having the placeholder so we know. Yeah, you're not going to get these anytime soon. Okay, panel. Where is that medical panel? There she is. Okay, add. And then you've got, there's 2 medical beds. Give me 2 of those. Okay. Let's get those in place. Here's the sensor for here, but again, we haven't finished those. So we have lots of unfinished stuff here on the base. But at least we've got a, you know, plus these windows and, you know, some LCDs in here, and that whole berthing here. Oh yeah, we're here for this. 6. What color are you gonna make these? Give it a. See, that won't put a hint or tint or anything on it. No, it doesn't. How did we not snag that interior plate? Because you put it all into the pipes. Oh, really? Damn. Yep, you put it all in the pipes. So, what does the panel need to start? Steel. Okay, well, we can put the panel in. And then here, oh, by the way, here's the air vent for medical. But now that I had put that in, and then we set up the green line is supplying oxygen and hydrogen from down below. So we can actually switch this to make this a fan here and get rid of the other one on the outside wall. So whenever we get O2H2 production, well, I mean, it doesn't matter. Yeah, but if you put this in now, that thing takes 10 motors, so you'll shut down. Yeah, just leave it. The list of other things to do. So at this point, we're back in the mine for stone, or, well, you need some food. And we can't move the kitchen because we don't have 10 motors. How do we move the kitchen? Oh, it needs interior plate also. So we're back to minus stone. Or do you want to do an iron run? What time is it? The answer is it's too dark. Can we put a clock on here? Yeah, give me a clock on here. Put it on the left console. We also have to become consistent. We don't need the period in Mount Ruger. Okay, top left screen, digital clock. Yeah, that's real world time. We need that. We need to get a program block so that we can calculate daytime. Because we have to do some math based upon when the next sunset is, sunrise, and the length of the day, and then do a little bit of division and multiplication there. You know, because it's 24 hours here, and if the days here are 6 hours long, then we got to multiply by 4. I mean, it's not complicated math. We just have to do it. And then when you're looking at the clock, it will, be spinning quicker. All right, so at this point, this is becoming, that was a 40-minute update. Yeah, I would say we're probably going to do let's stop where we are. I'll do a speed up on this, and I'll post it as a video with, Monday roll call. Where's the base building at? Because after this, I'm just going to be mining. I mean, heck, at this point, we might just fill this container, and then after we fill it, send a bunch of ore down and set that, because we're going to have to hand put it in the assembler. So we'll make sure that we're getting the parts that we need for here, which is, again, interior plates, construction columns, motors. But we'll get this finished. Once that's finished, the refinery will just suck all this ore out of here. And that will give us a big boost towards the rest of the jobs. Excuse me. All right, well, let's do that because I'm going to be spending the rest of the day mining, and I know how fun that is to watch. But I'll be streaming later tonight, I guess. Hopefully, we'll see what else is going on. But let's I'll post this as an update video. This way, people can see it as a speed run, and then I'll do the update on it. So, stream ending. Thanks for joining. If you get a chance, click subscribe, like, whatever. I don't know, whatever. Find something to do. Appreciate it.